Hello folks, thank you for watching. We just wanted to give you kind of a building update, what's going on. First of all, I just want to introduce this woman next to me. This is Melody Savage. Melody's been the person that has been the go-to person to make sure we're on stage. She's the one, she and a couple others pretty much know everything that's going on with our building project, and she is the chair of this team. And so we just thought we'd give everybody kind of a look. They have done excavation. There was a huge trench. You should have seen that on video not too terribly long ago. And fill us in, Melody, what this trench is for, and now they're filling in.
It was, if you ever saw it, we had excavated all the way down to the footings, all the way up and around as far as we could go over here.
Yeah, so there's a membrane under this black part, and this is protecting the membrane. So it's almost like a double.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And then this is supposed to stay above grade so that then there's no water, carryover. But they are planning to re-pour this next week. They've got, at the moment, they've still got a lot of grading and whatnot and backfilling to do. But the trench over here, which was interesting because it was operating as a French drain, what we had there with the rock. It was only operating as a French drain. The water was not going anywhere. So all the water it was pulling some away from the building, but it was just sitting. So there was nowhere for it to go. The drainage, the French drain, they were able to locate a drain, flush it, and reattach or attach to that, so that now any water that is collected there will go away. It was not as it should be.
These drains had no place to go. Like
no.
See this drain here, there was no place.
There was nowhere for it to go.
It was just a French drain, and the water just continued to leak into the building.
And it would just sit, and then through hydrostatic pressure go into the building. And it can be so bad, I've read that the concrete block inside can literally fill up with water for the moisture going in.
My gut is we may have had some of that.
We may have.
Because we had block walls that were just looked like they were disintegrating.
They were. A lot of that mold that we found was behind our wallpaper, that lovely mauve wallpaper. Yes. When they started pulling it up, it was just covered. And only up to a certain level, but it was covered in mold. And then as they were taking down ceiling tiles, there was mold on the upper side of a lot of the ceiling tiles. So there was much more mold than what we thought.
And which go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, even after we had an abatement team come in, there were still some spores showing here and there, and some of that was black mold. So we had to redo that to
make sure we get it clean.
Yes, and now everything's clean now. We had hoped to do the coffee shop, all the fun things,
Elevator,
yes, all the fun stuff. And then we got here and we realized that it started with the HVAC system, I guess, that it was just not serviceable. The air down here was not being circulated. It was not being filtrated. There was nothing, and that added to our problems. So just the HVAC system is costing us $1.8 million.
Because it all had to be re-engineered.
It had to be.
Ductwork
It is, and you'll see all of this ductwork is new. Everything's new. Everything is. And anything that they were able to reuse will be cleaned at the end.
Our option was to literally close this building off and not use it.
Yes, pretty much. That was it.
That's the only choice we had, was either refurbish or close it up and not use it.
Yes. This is where some of the moisture damage is. And I know that's been patched and repaired many times.
Multiple
but
times.
So we had to take out all of the drywall because for mold.
We started at one spot, and then as we began to uncover, we'd have to back up, start again. How many iterations has this?
I don't even know at this point. It's at least 4 or 5. And when I say that, it's a
4 or 5 is huge.
It's a complete thing. Yeah, I mean complete drawings, whatnot. Because we started thinking that we might be able to do everything, and it did not. As much as we wanted to do that, it did not work out that way.
So we have the same thing going on here as we have on the other side.
We do.
Even though we didn't think that we had as much moisture,
it was still
it's foolish for us not to.
Yes, and that's what we talked about. We actually discussed that as to whether or not it would be necessary to do this, because we didn't have as much interior mold damage on this side. But in order to know that we've done what we need to do to make sure it isn't going to happen down here was necessary. And again, they take it all the way down to the footings. and then they work from there.
Yeah.
So,
But this is still damp and wet.
It is.
Look on the wall.
oh yeah,
Right here,
yeah,
you tell
it
that
is.
it's damp and wet.
It is. It will. And this also has a drain, actually. There are no gutters on this side, but this actually does have a drain, and it was draining into the pipe,
Culvert
the
up
main
there.
pipe.
The main pipe up
yeah,
there.
to carry
So
out.
this was-
We are getting a building that we can use, and I mean, there will be no mold, no moisture. It will look brand new. Because we've had to remove the floor and some of the walls and different things, all new finishes. They'll have new floors. There will be new ceilings. It'll just look fresh and new, and we know it'll be clean.
And
So
new furnishings down there.
new furnishings. Yep.
And so it'll feel like a brand new building.
It will. It'll look and feel like a brand new building,
Yeah.
and it'll be clean.
And-
It was initially supposed to be a 6-month project,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of lead times. There are a lot of things we've uncovered along the way.
We've discovered
We
like
have.
our doors down there. Hey, so thanks for watching. We hope this has helped you in understanding where we are and where we're going. And Melody, thank you again.
You're welcome.
See you next time, folks.